Welcome to Cougnation. Tonight we recap highlights and results from across Cougar athletics.
Go behind the scenes with Cougar football.
And we catch up with the men's rugby team. All that and more here on Cougnation.
The end is never the end. A new challenge awaits. A test no man could be prepared for. A new hell he must conquer and destroy. A new level of growth he must confront himself. The machine and the ghost within.
It is in fact Anderson. Anderson able to hold on for the victory.
I'm Marissa Huff.
And I'm Reid Murphy. Welcome to this episode of Cougnation, Cable 8's sports show that is all Coug, all the time. After a close first game win, the Cougs dropped 2 consecutive in Pittsburgh to lose the CBI championship. Without Brock Modem down low, the Cougs were without their size, and Pitt forwards wreaked havoc in the paint. Reggie Moore led the Cougs in scoring the last 2 meetings, scoring 18 in each. Senior Abe Lodwick played valiantly in his final few games in crimson jersey, hitting stride with 4 threes. Here at Cougnation, we thank the seniors and wish them luck in whatever lies ahead.
What a heartbreaking end to the season.
Yeah, but we got some great recruits coming in, so be excited for the next one.
The slight period of sunshine wasn't enough to keep the rain away for Cougar baseball. Over the weekend, men's baseball versus USC was postponed due to weather. The teams planned on finishing the series the beginning of the month, but was postponed yet again due to travel complications for USC. Before Sunday's cancellation, the series stood 1-1. Cougar fans will be able to attend the series May 15th, where hopefully the sunshine will be out by then. Speaking of sunshine, Reid, I hear we have a guest with us on the phone today from a place more familiar with this thing called nice weather.
That is true. Joining us today on the phone is volleyball alum Meagan Ganzer, who is now playing professionally in Puerto Rico. She left a legacy with the volleyball program here at WSU after finishing her senior season with over 1,000 kills. Meagan, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Hi, I play for Leones de Ponce. We're the Ponce Lions. We're on the southwest part of the island, and there's about 10 teams in our league, and of the team, there's 3 international or like American players, and we live together, and then the rest are made up of Puerto Rican girls, and which is the same goes for all the teams in Puerto Rico. There's 30 international players allowed in the league, so 3 per team. But yeah, it's been a really great experience.
Sounds like fun. So was it a big transition going from like Pullman down there to Puerto Rico?
Oh yeah, I mean, I left at like 8 o'clock Seattle time, and we're 4 hours ahead here. So got into Dallas, and then it took me all day. Didn't get into San Juan until about midnight. So that was a full day's flight and about 20-degree, 30-degree temperature change. But yeah, I mean, it's very different. It's different being in Pullman where you know everyone and anyone, and then going to a place where you know absolutely no one and you don't even speak the language. So it's different. Yeah, Spanish is definitely the main language here. People do speak English, but I mean, our head coach doesn't speak English. So our assistant coach translates, or some of the girls on the team will translate, but
So are you in the
definitely culture shock.
Are you and the other American players finding that kind of difficult with the language barrier?
Actually, it's kind of nice when you're getting yelled at. You don't understand what's being said. But other than that, no. I mean, they make sure that they translate for us, and it just comes with the territory. I'm sure they have to do that for a lot of the other girls on the other teams. But no, it's just kind of standard procedure. We're not the only. There's not just one international player, so that's nice. We're all kind of lost, so that's really nice.
All kind of lost the same way. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. Anything you want to add about to the Cougars out there that are going to be watching this?
I don't know. Don't be afraid to go out and try something new. It's definitely a crazy thing to do. I'm having a hard time making a decision, but it's good to try new things.
Definitely advice to live by in every area of life. Thanks again for speaking with us, and we wish you all the best as you finish up your season. Meagan must definitely be enjoying that sunshine. I'm jealous.
Well, she actually even gets to play inside, but some of our teams don't really have that luxury. So Cougar soccer has been electric recently, showing their tough side in a 2-0 shutout of Seattle U on March 31st. Jocelyn Jeffers opened up the game with a converted penalty kick to ignite the Cougs. Jeffers came back later with a threaded pass to Bethany Skelton on the weak side, which created a beautiful 10-yard shot in the back of the net. Cougar head coach Kidani McAlpine said after the game, quote, "We limited a very well-coached Seattle team's chances. Our focus has been on defending, so a clean sheet is a good start." The ladies continued to uphold this clean sheet with a 3-0 shutout against the Vandals. Well, from the grass to the water.
Yes, women's crew. Well, women's crew finished up a weekend racing at the San Diego Crew Classic. In the grand finals, the Varsity 4 placed second and the Novice 8 placed fifth. The second Varsity 8 placed first and the Varsity 8 rounded out the weekend placing second. The Cougs were able to beat many ranked teams, including number 8 rival Washington and number 6 USC, but fell just a second behind number 1 Virginia. The Cougs' next stop will be against Washington in Seattle.
Well, that'll be an exciting one. Always good when you go to your rivals, huh?
Definitely. Well, from the water to the turf, Reid, how is Cougar football doing this spring?
Well, a Crimson versus Gray scrimmage gave Coug fans a first look at Leach's squad. Several hundred Coug fans came to see the annual spring scrimmage, and neither side disappointed. Jeff Toole looked impressive, going 11 of 17 for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. David Gilbertson led the number 2 offense and went 5 for 8 for 52 yards and a touchdown. One thing's for sure, the hype around Leach's arrival seems to be justified, and Leach himself was hyped as well with the spring training thus far. This is what he had to say after the Cougs' first practice.
I thought it was good. We bounced around good. You know, with the tentative nature that exists and people kind of getting used to the drills where they are, us having to say, here, line up here, okay, like this, not like that. I thought it was really good. I thought, you know, it was literally the slowest practice of the year. And but, you know, I mean, besides the fact it's the first practice of spring, I mean, just getting familiar with the practice routine here and how we do things. But I thought it was really good. We had guys bounce around good. Didn't have too many hesitators, and you know, I thought the enthusiasm was great. There were some explosive plays on both sides, and you know, if you go look at the film, I mean, there's all kinds of polishing to do and stuff like that. But we didn't really have to spur anybody to be afraid to make a play, so I thought that was pretty good.
Boy, even with all those years as a head coach, he still needs to work on his camera presence.
Definitely awkward, but one heck of a coach. And our own Joe Carreras was able to get an inside look at the Cougs' first practices of the spring. Joe?
I'm standing here at Rogers Field, and you might notice the new black tarps that have been installed. New head coach Mike Leach prefers practices that are close to the media, but we here at Cougnation were lucky enough to get an inside look at the first football practice of spring.
A new era of Cougar football is underway with the first of 15 spring practices that lead to the annual Crimson Gray game later this month. Despite returning 47 lettermen from last year's squad, everyone is adjusting to the new system.
It was a big learning curve. I mean, different like time frames of periods and just how they wanted us to get through with execution and just the speed of how we're doing everything.
Technique-wise, it's a lot different. You know, our splits are, I mean, twice the size we were last year. We no more kick stepping. We're all backpedaling, and it's a whole new system we're learning.
Much attention has been given to the Cougars' new offense, but the defense will also see a scheme change, switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4. All 3 starting linebackers from last year's squad are also gone.
We've got 4 guys coming in and a junior college transfer. Those guys are probably going to factor into things in the fall. We're going to have to rely on some of these young guys, even though they don't have a lot of football playing experience. They're going to have to step into leadership roles right now, and then guys are going to have to learn on the run.
It's just one practice, but for redshirt senior Wade Jacobson, who missed last season entirely with a back injury, it means a lot more.
From a lot of people saying, hey, you're done playing, you're not going to play anymore, and then finally finding out from my doctor, hey, you could play, you know, it's a big difference, and getting that red shirt was huge, and just coming out here, stepping on the field one more time, it's just, words can't describe how happy I am.
With new coaches, new schemes, and a new way of practicing, it's definitely not business as usual for the Cougar football team.
The Cougs' first practice back featured its share of big plays and also mistakes. It's to be expected, though, considering players on both sides of the ball are learning brand new systems. One thing's for sure, though, both players and coaches are excited to be back on the field. Reporting for Cougnation, I'm Joe Carreras.
You know, these open spring practices are great. Us seniors who won't be here in the fall will actually get a taste of what Leach is going to do.
Definitely jealous of the kids who get to stick around and check it out a bit more. But on to golf. After a windy day on the links, Cougar men's golf moved up 4 places in the U.S. to tie for 10th. The Cougs ended their play with a second round score of 297, which is plus 17, and a final score of 591, leaving them at plus 31. Head coach Garrett Clegg says the guys played well and battled despite tough weather conditions. The Cougs will take to the course again to complete the third and final round of the U.S. Intercollegiate. Nice to see a team other than the Crimson Girls ranked nationally.
Well, you know, the men's rugby team actually isn't doing too bad. They're sitting second right now, heading towards playoffs. Our own Kase Brammer spoke with the team as they train in their hopes for a promising postseason. Kase?
Meet the 2012 WSU men's rugby team. With just a few games remaining, this team is knocking on the playoffs door and working hard to get in. UW is always a fun team to beat, but this season, they're not their number one concern.
This season, the other good team in our league that we're competing against to go to playoffs would be Oregon State.
Good coaching, great leadership, and fantastic play has gotten them to a 3-win, 2-loss, and 1-tie record. And of course, there's always the motivation from the perennial national championship contenders women's team.
We love them.
The women's team shouldn't be their only motivation, so come out and support your fellow Cougars. It's an exciting game to watch.
It's a full contact sport. It's kind of like football with the continuous play of soccer.
With teamwork and dedication, there's no way this Cougar team won't have success. I'm Kase Brammer, Cougnation.
You know, Marissa, I actually used to play rugby myself.
Did you?
Yeah, the coach had to cut me, though. He called me a safety hazard.
Sure he did. Wrapping up our news for this episode, let's kick it over to Adam and Robin with this week's opinion segment. Robin?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Robin, and this is Adam, and today we're going to be talking some Coug football. You catch the scrimmage on Saturday?
I did. I'm so excited right now for next season. I thought the defense played spectacular.
Yeah, some people might think that our offense was so bad that it made our defense look good, but I really am enjoying the way we're playing. We're blitzing up the holes. We have great personnel now and great coaches.
Yeah, if only we could get the offensive side to gel a little more, I think. I mean, Marquise Wilson, obviously going to be a great standout wide receiver next season, but I really hope Jeff Toole will finally get it together.
His statistics might have been great, with 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. He looked a little flustered out there at times. And
Connor Halliday might be, making a run for his job. We'll just have to see.
I think it's Jeff Toole's job to lose. Connor Halliday's not even throwing right now, whether personal reasons or, his liver. But I think that, Jeff Toole can do it. He's got the tools. He's a senior, and he's got what it takes to be a Pac-12 quarterback.
And remember also, it takes a little bit for the quarterback and the coach to, especially the starting quarterback, to really gel with a brand new coach coming in. I mean, it's really hard to do that. And I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on this. I mean, go have fun with Ryan Leaf. Maybe you should hang out with him a little more.
A little too soon, but that's all the time we have. Thanks for listening, guys. And it's back to the desk with you, Marissa.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Cougnation. Make sure to tune in next time for a brand new episode and the recent highlights and news on your favorite Cougar teams.
To keep updated on Cougnation happenings in between episodes, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter account at WSU Cougnation.
Thanks again for joining us. I'm Marissa Huff.
And I'm Reid Murphy. Good night and go Cougs.